Hello guys, J. Alright. I'm not sure if makita na ta, but let me try to search J. Vince Cerato. Oh, she was once a member. Was a very cute. Answer main lucky customer by J. Vince. Oh my god, there was a video about this one. 5-star restaurant. Why this problem wasn't tracked? I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, so since I have verified that we are currently live streaming, I'll be doing some project because last time I was taking this course and now that I am almost at the middle of completing this course, I will be making the project that this course is requiring us to do.
Built this channel.
So this is the, let me check. This is the trouble journal. This is the trouble journal that this chat. So basically last time I have created the components, the header, as well as the index.js where we'll be putting all our shits. So first let's implement the in our index.js before we render anything. We'll be using a React that strict mode. Oh, strict mode, and we'll be using this one. And then we'll be rendering the app here. Okay, and after that one, we will be starting. Let's check first if we have successfully rendered the application. Yes, npm start. I don't really wanted to open this one here. So we will just be using some libraries. One of this is React Icons. And since here we have found out that the fonts that have been used was this one. Okay, let's give me a second. Okay, the fonts that are being used here was a Enter family, so I'll be importing this style here. Import this one to our style sheet. But before anything else, I'm just going to make sure that everything is going as planned. So I'll be heading back to the here. Then I will also be creating a, let me implement all my shits here first. So here in the header, I will be creating a header which has a capital letter React.js file, and also a Sass because we'll be using Sass for our preprocessor CSS. So that would be header that is CSS, and for the main, which is the body, let me change this to body instead, so that we won't be too specific. Body, that would be the body, which has a body.jsx, and footer, no, body.css. And then here in our body, I will be rfcs, align this one for a bit, and then we'll be importing our css, and we'll just be doing this to all our body that is css, and just to make sure we'll be putting some comma here to make sure that everything will work fine. And here we don't need to do anything yet. First RFCA, then aligning this one, and then importing importing our SCSS, which is the footer. No, not SCSS, it's only CSS, because later on it will be rendered as a CSS. Header RFCA, then aligning and importing the header .css. And after that one, we will be starting with our header. It should not be header, I guess. It should be navigation, navbar. So let's create another. Ano man? Navbar. Ano man? Header. Navbar.scs. And then just the same case, we'll be creating our app here, and then later on I will be showing you what is the use of this one. So basically, these things that I am making is a component. Component is basically a function. A function is something that you would be able to use whenever you want. So these components will be importing this one here. So let's say import. But before we would be able to import that one, we would first create a index here in our components, and then we'll be creating a index.js. And this index.js, we will be writing all our contents over here. We'll say export default as, for example, navbar. From which location is that from? So that would be from, since our navbar was here, we'll be going to go outside. I mean, not outside. I mean inside of our navbar, and then the file navbar. So just the same case, we'll just be following this one. Aside from navbar, we have our footer, and we also have our body. Not the body. Yeah, should be the body. We'll just be deleting this one. Footer. And for the body, will be okay. Yeah. So, and since we have imported all our JSX, this ones are the JSX files. As you can see, I will try to export again, and I will show you what's happening over behind the clock. When I see export default as navbar, and then I would be setting that from a specific location, and the location would be the navbar, which is this one, navbar. And inside that navbar, we have a navbar.js, which represents for this file here, which is the navbar. So basically, inside our component, we have body, footer, and navbar, and we also have a index.js, and our index.js exported all these files here. So in our app.js, we would just be simply importing. We'll be going to import. Now, what are we going to import? First is we'll change this one first. Div. Okay, this one div. And changing our language mode. Then we'll be importing app, but not app. Let's say navbar. Navbar. And it will be basically import the navbar here, as well as we'll be going to manually add our body, and as well as the footer. But I'm also curious as to what will happen if I will import another file here. So for example, how about this one? I will import a body, then here also import a footer. Oh, it will just basically going to be added manually, I mean automatically. So since it was already been added, we're just going to run our website here. then press Y, yes. Then we're going to check if there are anything, if anything is going on as perfectly as what we have as checking. Oh, there was a error in the source body.jx. Okay, let's check what's happening here in the body. We have this body.jsx, and we'll be checking here. What's wrong with the body.css? Okay, I see. So I will just be running our watch SAS so that it would be able to create this ESS CSS file. Yes, it was able to show. So what's wrong here? Navbar.jl components. It's not much corresponding this navbar.jsx. Okay. Navbar. The name seems right. Navbar.jsx. So in our index, it's just right. What seems to be the wrong here? Navbar. I don't see any mistake here. Source component navbar.jsx. Navbar.jsx. It must be here. Maybe it's because of this navbar.css. I can't find anything wrong about this one. Navbar. I don't know what's wrong. Let's try to decode it first. Let's see if it will work. Okay, it seems like the one who's wrong was this one. Navbar.css. Okay, it's not working. I don't know what's wrong with this one. Okay, import navbar. Okay, there's no CSS. Okay, that's our mistake. What the fuck? I almost got tracked up because of that mistake. But luckily we did able to find that one. So since we already have the idea, and then oh my god, there was a IT news motherfucker. December 12. Oh, okay, no worries. We will just going to continue what we are doing right now. I wanted to finish this, my travel journal. So in my travel journal, what I wanted to do is to put the logo here, and I want to change the logo as well. And yeah, no, this should be enough. So in my navbar, I was just changing some. Let's say I have a container. So basically, what I will do is I bim. What do we call this? Bim stands for block, which is the B, and element, and then members. Yeah, members. That would be its members. So the first thing is, since this is a block, I consider navbar as a block, so navbar, and then to under upper I don't know what do we call this, then the element, which is the element. This is a container, and what is its member? It doesn't have any member, so I'll just automatically, and I will also be using React as a language so that we'll be able to have this JS snippets as well as HTML snippets. So as you can see, this is already inside a container, which is basically inside a div and a container, and then in our container we'll be having our h1, which we will just be having this one as a image. But before anything else, I wanted to import React from here. I just don't know where I should import React. Okay, I'll be expecting that I have imported this one. So I'll be using this and this. So let me try import. Okay, let me try this logo here. And then icon name, and then the icon name would be this one. Let me try this. Paste, and then okay, let me try. There's a lot of trials and error here. Feed play. Let me check if it works. Okay, it works. And also the name. The name would be from H1. No, not H1. That was too big. H1 and then my travel blog and then yeah, my travel blog, and then in our SCSS we will first design that one, my travel blog. So this is my travel blog. I will be inputting all my padding to 0 pixels, as well as my margin to 0 pixels, to make sure that we don't have any unnecessary spacing here. So as you can see, it get moved. I will try to remove this again. There is a default spacing here which we'll be removing, so that we'll be able to make sure that everything that we do is going to our plan. Okay, so after that one, since we are using a BIM from this app.js, I mean not from app.js but from navbar, which is here, navbar. Navbar container, we are importing the navbar CSS, so we'll be using that one, which is the navbar, and then container. We will be styling that one, and first display flex, padding, which is, let's say, 2 rem. That is the standard, I guess. 2 rem and maybe 6 rem for the side, left and right. Okay. Display flex. I don't know what's wrong with this. Okay, this one. So after background color, I will be using the color of this one. Okay, let me check. Okay, the color of this one is SS. Okay, why it's not showing? Okay, I see. So I must click this one here, copy its color, and then expecting anything good would happen. Okay, let me check. Oh, that was a great startup. So after that's the one, justify content to center and then align items to center. Also, we would be giving our H1, since it was already giving some space, font size. Font size, let's say 1 rem, I guess. Oh, that was too cute. 2 rem would be good, I guess. 2 rem, and then our image. How about the image? 40 pixels with 40 pixels. That's not an image, I guess. It's an SVG. Okay, this is not an SVG as well. So how would I design this one? I don't know how to make this larger. I don't have any idea how to make React icons larger. How to make React icons larger. Okay, so this one. Okay, we'll just be copying this one and then pasting it in our navbar. That's what it have said. I don't know if we'll be adding some shits over here. Okay. Font size, I mean width would be 40 pixels. Let's see if there are any changes. There's no any changes. I don't know if this was an ID. Okay, it's not even an ID. How about this one? Yeah, this one. Equals. Maybe there should not be. Okay, it's not working. I don't know what's happening here. React.js prepared item bars. Okay, let's say icon. Icon. Extends component that provider. Icon context that provider. But this one I will just be manually adding the style. Okay, since it's not working, I'll just be manually adding the style into an inline text which is here. This is not a good idea, I guess, but it should work. Why does it have a double quotation? Okay, 20 pixels. How about 40 pixels? It's not even working. I don't know what changes, but I feel like it's not working. My travel bug. Okay, since this one's not working, I'll just continue making my shits here. Okay, side rem, and then it should have a font size. 2rem. 2rem was a bit too big, and how about 1.7? And also I'll be giving it a padding left. 2rem would be good, I guess. Okay, that would be good. It's just that the travel vlog icon was too shit. And next is for the footer. I wanted to design, I wanted to accomplish first the most basic so that we will be able to focus on the more difficult part later. So what are our footer? We don't have a footer. That's bad news. So let's just head on into our banner. So in our banner, this is the first location. It doesn't have any context. So what we can do in our body, first we will be removing the footer first, since we don't have a footer in the body as well. Okay, now we have a lot of errors. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, now it's not working. For the body, what I can see in the body is that since we'll be using mapping here, I will try to look what I have remembered. So I'm not sure how would I be able to implement this shits here. I'll just going to recheck app.css. In the app.css, I have make a navbar, and the navbar basically inside the app component, it create a map of in the main, and then in the main okay, so what we can do here is a constant data, not the data. Versus we'll be creating our data first for our, yes. We should be able to learn that we'll be needing a data. So in our components, we'll be creating a data. It feels data.js. Data is already exists. Not there. Maybe in this second file. Let's close our component first. I don't want it to create in the component. I want it to create in the source data.js and then export default. Export default. Okay. Array of objects, which has the object has a. Let's see what are the contents of the object. The contents of the object are location, name, date, and description. Location. Okay, location is America. Then why is it always like this? I don't know how data looks like. Data.js. Okay. Location. The export default. Yeah, that was right, I guess. This was not inside a component. It was also not inside a component. It was outside a component. Location America. export default and the object is allocation. What the fuck is that? Why it's blurring? Let's say item. Okay, it seems like this is not right. Okay, I have used a bracket instead of export default. Okay, not that one, but this one, our array of object. And then in our array of object will be example, we have tree data, we have location. Okay, let's not copy this one first. We have the location, which is a value of America, capital America. And then we also have our name, date, and description. Name, date, and description. Name. So the name was Mount Fuji. So the date was, can I have that date? November 11, 2022. I don't know. Description was like, can I follow this one instead? So this is the date and this is the description. Control up this one because this is useless. Oh, not this one. It should be. So I'll just use some copy of this one. So example, I have a fuck you, not fuck you, Sydney Opera Disney. Ano man? Mount Fuji. A name. This was not even a location. This one here was location. So since we have the file ready, let's check if our website is still working. So there are a lot of a mistake here. Return type in our app component. Let's say our app.js. Yeah. Not in our app.js, but in our body. So the mistake was over here in our body. Let's check our body. We have a constant. So in our body, we should just have a props. And in our app.js, we should have a, let's say, I don't really know how to implement this one. I've kind of forgot, or it's just that it doesn't go to my brain. So we have the navbar, and then after the navbar, okay, I guess so. Div class name app container. Data, so we have this constant data jobs that. Okay, so the first thing that he did here was we created a constant which has the data is equal to, let's name the data as chokes. How can I say that this is the chokes? Okay, we'll just map the data instead, and then choke has every jokes of it in the main. So in the main, yeah. Okay, the main was not a component. Every jokes in the component, so every object in the component's main, if I am not mistaken. If we have a value of, okay, show image. I'm not sure where this is coming from. So location, okay. Lock, let's say lock. Let's say the lock. Lock is equal to a choose location. Okay, let's see if it works. Here, and then I will be importing the data here. Let's say div that is a app, and the block of this one, I mean BEM, the element of this one is this is a body elements. Oh no, this should be good. Yes, we will be importing the data. I hope it's now working. Jokes is not defined. Jokes that map. It's not the main event, it's the body. I don't know where the joke came from. I don't know how to check this one. Maybe kalimot ko yawa. Okay, I really don't have any idea no more. Okay, let me check what's happening here. The jokes here is just a temporary variable. No, it's not. The jokes here was okay, I imported the data. It's not just simply data, it's say data. Let's say files. This is more reasonable. Files. Files. Okay, import files from the data. The data should be right? It's not even capital letter. Okay, buddy. Since we have three body here, okay. Let me check in our app.js, buddy, allocations. In our buddy, let's check our. Okay, since we are not using the props, maybe this is the reason. So we'll just be printing our props dot. I don't know what's the next. So in our props we have this log, if I'm not mistaken. Props dot log. Okay. Okay, I guess. So now that I have an idea of what's happening here, the next thing that I could do is to make sure that we have a proper indentation in our map. So first thing is that we'll be importing our image first here in our public. So since we already have a copy of our image there, I'll choose the image. But I just wanted to reference what's happening in our chokes at image here. Let me first check the data. I am really quite book here. The data was here, JS was image, also image.jpg. Okay, let's use the image JPEG as the image, I guess. Okay, and I copy this one, the one to the. Okay, and I will be moving the one to JPG. The JPG. Image.jpg. So the first thing that I will be doing here is before I would change anything, I wanted to make a container for the display flex. Okay. Okay, body. Yeah, body. Body will be using a body container. Okay. Yeah. Container. And then inside that container, we'll be importing our source that image, which is props. No. Props. It should be props.image here. Props.image. We are not able to check our props yet in our apps. So maybe should be image equal to files that image. Then location, we also have the name is equal to files that name. We also have our time, I guess it's time. Check the data instead. Date and description. Date is equal to files that date. File that date, and then description. Disk set a shorthand. Files that description. You know, I could basically files is equal to files. Maybe I could do this instead. And then instead what I could do here is I will just be porting files here. Not the image, but let's say date. I don't know what I did here. Okay, let's assume that it's working. Okay, chunks is equal to chunks. Files is equal to files. It's the same case, I don't know why it's not working. And then inside of our chokes, I wanted to check what inside of our main. In our main, we have used props, chokes, the image. Nothing have changed, I don't know why it's not working here. Files equal to files that image. Props equal to files that they. Maybe the look or the location. Oh, no changes. Okay, I should just manually put this one here. Okay, this should be better. Files and location. To make sure that everything is working, I will just insert hello world here. Okay. Looks like a very tired. Because of the this chat here files, not even files. Okay, we are not importing our props here. Should we even import it? No, we don't need to import the props. It should be automatically there. If you're not seeing anything, then the first thing is notification. Files that location. It's not even files that location. Let's just check our data here. Its location. Okay, that was my mistake. Container. Inside a container will be the content. Okay, content. Let's say content. Then in our content we have the location. That location. Body. Container. Container. Okay. Container. Location. H1. Okay. Drops the location. What the fuck? Why it's working? Okay, I guess. Okay. My bad, my bad. That was really my bad. 2, 3, 4. Location. Description. Location description and then no, it's not it. It's location, time description, time, date description, description, name, description, description. Disk. Okay. Just BP. Okay. Props that props that disk. Okay. Just wait a minute. Props that disk. And then in our body. Okay. Padding 0 pixels. 0 pixels and then margin and then 0 pixels and then box sizing is a border box and then let's say body, not the body but the class body container and then inside a container. Maybe I should be displaying this one as flex. Okay, align item center. That might be really good, I'm not sure. And in our this one here, okay. Body container, and then inside the body container we also have a body container content, and then inside the content will just be a space. So, align items, justify content, space between. Display flex roll, display flex direction row. Column, okay, column, space between, space around. Okay, let's say that Paddington DX. Was it like this? Was it used like this? Then okay, maybe it was not used like this. I have limitations. Let's say the H1. Padding top of 2 rem. Then also the P padding top 2 rem. Maybe it should have a indentation. Padding. Let's say margin. Margin average was really 2 rem. And then the side should be pretty much more 8 rem. Just a proper indentation, I guess. Can I have the inspection? Okay, just the image was too big. Let's say the image border 1px solid or red, that we will be able to view what is its size reset. Maybe the content. Okay, should have a padding of maybe 2 rem and then 6 rem. The 2 rem. Wanted to check what's the design over here. First I will be importing the style map, let's say SS. We're gonna use this one. Di ko muna og. Border box sizing. Border box. I don't know why is this happening, but I just wanted to use a general adapter.js. General, it should be up plus name of up, general. It's not general, like it's the best container, but this container should be inside a container, div, and this. Okay, this is my birthday. This is my birthday. And then in our CSS will be up container, and our container will be setting its style font family to enter. Yes. Okay, this one's pretty good. Okay, I was able to use its details.
Nalakaw na mo? Alo, umiyak na sila. Tansyaw niya, ang sakang ate Ana. Balik, balik.
How about I use percentages? Let me watch my video and see if I am making any progress here. 'Cause it seems like I'm doing shit. Yeah, that chance prefer item. Description. Not to rem. Stake here. We'll be using the React the chunk image column. Okay, column. Space maybe. Okay. Space map. We'll just be updating our data because it feels like this is so fucking fake. Paddington DX description. It feels like this is real, not same Norway.
Was it like this? Was it
Okay,
like this?
in the location, I guess there is something that I'll be able to, I can change in the design. It should be in the body. Let's see the body. Can I check the body? Of course not that one. In the body and in the location. Body location. Yes. In the body I could import something. I wanted to find location. Location. Maybe something like this one. Okay. Okay. How would I import it again? I forgot. This one, Bootstrap, Faber. Location was like this. Hello. Yeah, this one. But in my body, there's the body. Yes, over here. Hi, and it should be here. I should be able to check it's the fuck, the location is not showing. What's happening here? Sydney Opera House. ng iyong. The first one is the image, and then the second one is the location. Ganda'y maabot sa buwan. Tibok ng puso'y ingit sa kalawakan. Magbalik sa aking ang mahal. Ikaw lang ang mamahalin. Pakinggan ang puso sa damdamin. Damdamin aking damdamin. Sa ilalim ng puti. Tinner content. Sa dilaw ng buwan. Pakinggan mo ang aking sigaw. Sa dilaw ng buwan. Ah. Tangina, I don't know why this is not working. So, gamay na nagay kong time to finish this one still. Wala, forget po na kung ano, oh my god, this is fucking me up. Ang iyong ganda'y umabot sa buwan. Tibok. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Libgan ako kung anong delay niya siya. Ah, okay, delay siya display flex, okay. I'm so fucked up. Okay, there is content inside the siya. Don't body container, your content. Content is the location. Email display flags, line items, basic, center, space between, I guess. Space between. No, not that. Maybe I could say that the H1 here is a budding program. Quite better. I just don't know how to resize this motherfucker. Maybe can I change the color to a little bit stylish? Absolute. I don't want it to copy these things. Style, normal, weight, size, spacing. Okay, can I try to copy this one? Spacing my motion. Play heaven for me. Says font weight, not the font size. display flags, and then after the one, there's still view on Google Maps. Ah, this is an A. It should be an A. A, A, A. A. View on Google Maps. Wanted normal template font size, font height. Font size, not the font size. A. Oh. That. This one. Buddy, I will be inserting a. Okay, the body. I just wanted the body. This was super nice. Now for the font here. Okay, it lacks. Wait. Maybe they're a bit aligned, I guess. Okay, it doesn't have a top margin. I'll be removing the top margin. The main CSS, maybe in the body. Oh, I don't intend to close that one because I will never be having a reference. Oh. Budding each one. Maybe it will be using this one. Align items location.
that magenta border and we go and look at it again, we can see that it looks nice and fancy and it fits well with the overall look of the document. The only thing is, a 50% width is a little bit small. So if I come down to this, everything is getting a little bit smushed. I'd rather that it it's sticking closer to the sides, and I'm not getting like this massive, it's almost acting like padding.
Okay. That was my page. Last time. Okay. So we'll be changing our focus and responsibilities.
Look how small that image is. I can barely see it. So it's really common to not have a width of 50%, but to do like a 90% or something like that. Because on small screens, that's going to look a lot better. That's sort of that cell phone type look that you're probably used to having and seeing. But as this gets bigger, we do, at one point, now we're getting too big. Lines of text going from text that's look at how we can do that. Nice and dandy, but it's getting too big now when we're getting up to these big sizes. We don't want that to happen. What we can do to do that is a new property. We saw the name width. So let's come and give 600 we had. So now if we come and take a look at this and I refresh, you're going to see it's working at our small screen sizes, are continued into play, and right around here, it's screen size and we're set value to pretty big of 500 pixels. I wouldn't normally do this on a container, but just for demonstration, if I go this way, it will never get smaller than 500. So when I hit 500 pixels, you can see it stops, and then I get side scrolling again, which is why I wouldn't set a min width on my container. But it does demonstrate how that property works. So for now, I'm going to take this off. I just wanted to introduce the idea of the minimum width in there, but for the max width, I will leave it on there when it crop and diseases, no matter what. Using, it's just going to work. That's where I go, and it actually doesn't have a font is of working, then you get the defaults are coming. This makes anything else with actually RAM. I'm not going to get too much into it. The way coordinates from happening through using an example with and big RAM, which is let's put font pad and the fonts. I want to change so they have to on the layout horizontal axis. It's not the most beautiful layout. They're looking to work on. In the last module that of my site when I'm bringing boxes, whole thing on your own, so that I'm going to want to run all of my content. It's time to make the columns in this layout into actual columns instead of stacking one on top of each other. So as promised, I've put all the graphs on. Normally it's going. Be doing anyway. It means I set the one, and in a little minute, as I said, we're putting column margin is that you can. So I went to modifier class, but we're originally have full this. We'd wanted them to work out before content, and this is a new property that what's happening is we had this that on the horizontal. People don't use one the later on, so that you might font size here to let's just double it up to 3. Features of that device like hover, can that user's primary input device actually hover? So are they using a mouse or are they not? You might be on a hover print, and you might be a website do well. Put in there and max, and but it's the type of example, and that's all right. But let's come in this parentheses, and this is just a really basic example. So if you remember media at the time, the rating early brace means it will be pink, and then when I pass a certain width, it will be purple. So what's happening is this here is saying from.
Okay.
Non-invalid. Selected.
Feel ko i-wrap ko ni ang kuning location.
Where is this? Stop shortcut. Where you can share your work, or if you're doing something like learning in public on Twitter, you can click this Twitter icon, which will travel journal. We find ourselves here at the end of another section, and all I can think to say is nice work. In this section, you have taken a big stride forward in your understanding of React. Let's look at a quick recap of what we've learned. First, and probably most importantly, we have talked about props in React. Props are one of the most fundamental topics in React, and they really make it so you can write more composable code. You can see in both of our projects, we have elements on our page, travel journal cards here. Now that you know the concept of props and reusing components with different data, I guarantee as you start paying attention to the websites and web apps that you use online, you're going to see this concept everywhere. Then what props really enables us to do is use data
So alright, we are done, and this is the page that we are able to make with all our needs. So basically this page is supposedly a travel website, a travel blog website, but I was too tired to find some images here, so what I did was just to copy the API data, which is given in the sample Figma file here. This was the sample Figma file, I have just copied all of the contents and then try to paste it. So actually this is a responsive design. As you can see, it will respond what size of screen you have, and then you will be able still to read it as whatever screen that you will be using. So as you can see, I have used a few libraries here. One of that is React, and then React icons, and then I am using some fonts from Google Fonts. And folders, I just wanted to flex my folder structure because I have learned this from a very classic tutorial from YouTube, and I found this one very helpful, especially when making websites. So this is my overall portfolio. Now, this is actually not a portfolio, but I just wanted to share that. Yes, this is the overall concept of my design. Very simple. So this is the whole thing. And then I have just used a data. The data was in the source, and then data, and these are the data. If you will change a specific file here, for example this America, you will change that to New York, then you would be able to see that it changed to New York. And then what I planned here was basically create a SQL and then import all this data in this here, and then it would just basically create a array of object, and then we would be able to map our data and then import that one in our website. So yeah, that's basically it for our website. I hope that you enjoy watching me doing my fucking shit website. It is basically not very worth it to watch, but yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and